This is the simplest path to $100,000 per month in 24 months. My name is Daniel Fazio. I'm the co-founder of Client Ascension and ListKit, currently making $500,000 per month in revenue, 1,000 plus B2B clients, multiple 9 figures in client results. All my links are in the description. Let's start getting into this. This is a step-by-step path, assuming you start at $0. So quick caveat, you're not hitting 100K a month in 12 months as a beginner. It took me 2.5 years from complete zero, and even that is abnormal, right? To get to first 100K a month from complete zero is 2.5 years to get to 100K a month, right? You need to go through the 2-year eat shit phase before you have any clue what's going on or have any real skills at all. You need to go through that valley of despair where it's like you're going to think you're really smart at the beginning and then you find out you're actually dumb. And then once you actually obtain mastery is when you'll feel confident again. And that's about a 2-year cycle. So before we start and I give you the steps, here's a broad overview. You are going to sell a service, not a product. So products require money to create, services require time, and you probably have more time than you do money. You do this by learning a skill and then renting that skill out to other businesses. This is called B2B, business to business. You sell it to other businesses and not consumers. You get paid based off of your ability to produce quantifiable results and not based off of hours you expend, right? The better you become at delivering results, the more money you make. Your income is not tied to hours, it's tied to skill and your actual ability, right? So the questions you might have, what skills do I learn? How do I get clients? And how do I scale? And this is what I'll be answering in this video, so make sure you watch to the end. So step 1, skill acquisition. You need to learn how to make money for a business, and what does that entail? What skills do you actually learn? Now we can delineate this into 3 categories. So the first is traffic generation, and what that means is getting traffic to a business. So the way that functionally works is traffic multiplied by conversions equals money. So you sell things that get more traffic or convert more traffic, and then that results in more money or the management of money, which I'll get into in the third section. So what would entail a traffic generation offer? It'd be cold email, Facebook ads, Google ads, TikTok ads, content marketing, referral programs or affiliate recruitment and management, upselling and cross-selling, SEO, podcasting, video editing and scripting, influencer marketing, partnerships and collaborations, media buying, cold calling. It's everything to do with getting more traffic for a business and selling that as a service to the business for money. Right? Now, traffic conversion, what does that mean? This has everything to do with converting the traffic that a business has and turning it into the customers for them. What does that entail? Copywriting, not like the legal term. Copywriting is like assembling words on a page and like what you say in order to get people to convert. Sales funnel creation, email marketing, customer retention or churn reduction, conversion rate optimization, ad creative strategy, webinars and online workshops, CRM management, automations, online reviews and management, community management and building, right? And then there's other back-end stuff. So like the management of holistically tying systems together. So like automation. How do you automate things together? Accounting and finance, branding or web design, recruitment, legal and compliance, customer support operations, software development, etc. Right? So traffic generation is the easiest to get a client for. And that's because you generate new business they would have not otherwise acquired. Most people want traffic generation as opposed to traffic conversion or back-end stuff. It's just easier to get a client for, right? However, the lifetime value of back-end is the highest, and then it's higher in traffic conversion than traffic generation. So what does this look like? So how easy it is to sign a client? It's easiest at traffic generation and hardest at back-end. But the amount of time that the client will stay with you is higher on the back end stuff in traffic conversion than it is generation. In general, right? It over enough clients in general and enough people running their own independent businesses. So your question might now be, you've seen all these skills. How do you get minimally viably competent at a skill? Because if you want to sell your skill for money, you only need to be minimally viably competent. You don't. There's 2 ends of the bell curve here. A specific kind of person is gonna not do anything at all until they feel like they're a complete expert at the skill, and then there's the other person who's gonna go right in and try to sell it, and they know absolutely nothing at all, right? So you got to be in the center here. Like, you just need to be minimally viably competent. Like, you need to know how to execute the thing. You don't need to be an expert at it. We're gonna get into that in a minute. But just start to get a case study, right? So how do you get minimally viably competent in the first place? Watch 100 hours of YouTube content on it, buy 10 books and read them to completion, buy a couple courses. This is exactly what I did. It works. Like, just do that. Just actually put time into doing that. And that's what I did. So it should also work for you too, right? So step one, after all of this stuff, it's actually supposed to be step two. Free or performance work. So now I'm going to be editing this throughout the video, right? When you're a beginner, you don't actually know anything, right? So people don't just pay you $3K or $5K a month for no reason. They do it because they genuinely believe that they will get a return on investment, right? If you have no idea what you're talking about, then nobody's going to pay you because they don't trust you or feel safe with you. They don't feel safe to give you money because they're not confident that they're going to get their money back, right? You're a risk when you're a beginner because you don't know anything, right? You are more of a liability than an opportunity. So someone looks at you as a beginner and they're like, I think it's more probable that I lose money with this guy than it is I make money with this guy, right? Therefore, to compensate for this risk that you have for being a beginner, the only way to sign a client is to offer to work for free or on a completely performance basis where the client takes zero financial risk. Now, what's going to happen is there's going to be a category of you who want to skip this section. And then there's also, and those people who want to skip, you're going to go find some guru online who's going to tell you, you can sign a $5,000 per month client or $10,000 per month client. And you know absolutely nothing. You could just outsource the work and all that. It's wrong. Don't fall for that. You're going to lose all your money on their course. It's complete bullshit. You're going to waste a bunch of your time. Don't do that. Just follow directions of what I'm telling you. Go work for free or on a 100% performance-based client for the first 1 to 3 clients and get a case study. Don't fall for that shit. Just follow directions. Like if you just follow directions, it's going to work. I promise you, right? So let's go to the Hormozi value equation and analyze why exactly this is the case, right? So someone will pay you based off value. And value is delineated via this equation. It's the dream outcome times the likelihood they believe that you can actually get them the outcome, right? So we talked about that before. And then this is divided by how long it takes to get the outcome versus the effort and sacrifice. And effort and sacrifice here is delineated on how much they have to pay, right? So if you just make this 0, then the value substantially goes up and it increases how many people are going to sign for you to compensate for the fact that you have no case studies and you don't know anything at all. This is what I did. You should follow directions because I'm not going to tell you to do something I didn't do. I did it. It works. I make $500,000 per month now. If you would like to one day arise into that situation as well, you should just emulate me exactly. Like that might be a good strategy to employ, right? So too many people try to skip this step and completely screw themselves. Right, you keep doing step 1 until you've acquired about we're in step 2. Until you've acquired about 2 to 3 case studies showing you've gotten clients substantial results in proportion to what you want to charge by a factor of 10. So like if you want to charge $5,000 per month, you have to show you are regularly capable of producing $50,000 per month in quantifiable returns. So you need a case study that shows you're making somebody $50,000 per month if you want to charge $5,000 per month. That is, in general, what you should be charging is about 1/10 of what you're of the value you're creating. That's like the sweet spot where people buy and they stay. Like that's how it works, right? So step 3, offer creation. You need to turn your service into an offer. So what does that mean? So let's say you're an email marketer. Nobody buys email marketing. They buy the result that email marketing produces for them. And then nobody buys content marketing. They buy the result that content marketing produces for them. And this is the case for every single service on the planet. That's it. This is how this works, right? You do not approach a company and say, I will do your email marketing for $3,000 per month. You say, I can make you $30,000 per month with email marketing. That's the framing. Like you only talk about them. Like you're talking about you. You're saying, I'll do this and I want this. It's like, no. It's just, I'll give you this. That's the framing, right? So but let's break this down formulaically. What are the components of a good offer, right? So the first is a quantifiable promised result. What specific result does the company you're pitching get? Like, What do I get? I don't care about how many emails I get. I don't care about how many editing hours I get. That is so inconsequential. It doesn't matter at all. It doesn't matter. In fact, you could sit here and say to a company, I can make you $30,000 per month in extra revenue, and not even say how you're going to do it, and you'll still get interested leads. That in and of itself is proof that this is fundamentally correct. Like people will come to you and be interested just in the presence of a quantifiable end result and not even know what you do at all. So you need to have a specific quantifiable promised result. Even if you're a web design agency, it doesn't matter. Like, why is somebody going to buy design from you? It's because they want to increase their revenue. They want to make more money. They are under the impression that having a better brand is going to make them more money. That's how this works, right? Or increase conversion rates, right? A specific time period. How fast can you get the result, right? And then a risk reversal. What happens if they pay you and you didn't get the results for them? It's a very plausible question. Like it's a very reasonable thing for a prospect to ask you. What if they pay you and you don't get them results? Are you giving the money back? Or are you walking away with them and letting the prospect feel scammed? Like, what happens? It's a very reasonable thing to ask that you really have to think about here, right? And then evidence. Who else have you done this for? This is them trying to see, like, are you a random internet scammer, or do people actually work with you? Like, again, a very plausible thing to ask. Does this actually work, right? So here's some examples. I guarantee I can make your e-commerce brand an additional $30,000 per month in revenue within the next 60 days, and you will only pay if and after it happens. That's a banger one, right? I will book your company 10 to 30 qualified sales meetings per month. You only pay for meetings that are qualified and show up. I will get you 1 million views in the next 90 days, or you get a full refund. So throughout your life, you may see a number of really pretty websites or like general agencies or companies that appear as if they're doing well or are large and don't have offers like this. Like you'd be like, well, this company, like they look really big and they don't have something like this, right? And they'll use generic wording like you're a partner in business growth or accelerating your business growth to new heights. Like you're going to see this stuff a lot throughout your life, and you probably already have. They're going to show themselves at conferences and nice pictures, but you need to fundamentally understand that these people do not make any money. They don't make money. They honestly don't. Right? You need to come to grips with the reality of this situation. They are poor. You must understand this. They just look big because they got the aesthetics down. Right? You either have a long and extensive track record, profound amounts of case studies, hundreds of thousands of established business owners vouching for you over the course of a lifetime. Like a lifetime. You either have that, or you have a direct response style offer like these I showed you up above. So if it just so happens that this isn't you, like you haven't been in business for 30 years, and you don't have you're not like a New York Times bestseller with a published book and have like 500 people, 500 case studies, and have shown up to this business conference, and I've been invited here on this talk show, and like if that's not you, you have no other option but to do what I'm telling you here. Because if you're not one of these, you just don't make any money ever. So I highly implore you to simply do this and put the guarantees on the offer and do performance-based stuff in the beginning. Like I massively implore you to do this, because the longer you try to not do what I'm telling you, the longer you're just going to make no money at all. Like I promise you, I am correct in this assessment of the situation. I promise you. Simply follow directions. Do not make the mistake. Just put the guarantee, work for free, work on a performance basis. Do it in the beginning, and your life's going to be fucking so much easier, right? So you either slap a guarantee on your offer, you work on a performance basis, or you don't sign clients, right? So you can either be scared of refunds, and never sign a client, or you can just slap the guarantee in your offer, actually sign clients, and deal with the 1% to 2% refund rate, which doesn't matter at all. It's so inconsequential, right? So just do that. Makes your life a lot simpler. All right, next step. Step 3, subscribe to me on YouTube and share this video. It's not actually step 3, but definitely do that. Hit the subscribe button. So, and we're gonna do high volume cold email and cold DMs, right? So you just send 500 cold emails per day and 10 to 20 cold DMs per day. So here's a quick run through of this stuff. Cold email tech, you know how to get your domains from Pork Bun, your inboxes on Microsoft Outlook, your leads and email scraping, like you actually get the email addresses and phone numbers and whatnot, listkit.io. I own this. I'm an equity holder in this company. And then automated sending, smartlead.ai. That's what I use. I have an affiliate link for it. It's in the description. That's what I use. This is the tech stack we use to send 10,000 cold emails per day. Per day. This is what we do. Right? Don't fall for this. You're going to see a lot of stuff online about cold email where it's like, we're going to set up this custom infrastructure for you, and you can send this many emails, and it's fucking nonsense. Just buy your domains on Pork Bun, spin up the inboxes in Microsoft Outlook. Like, just do that, right? If you want to know how to do this, just stay to the end of the video. I'll explain how, like, tutorials on that. So, cold email strategy and scripting. There's only 4 things that are really going to work for the strategy that you're sending and like scripting in your cold emails. It's service-based lead magnets, regular lead magnets, or case studies, low commitment offers, direct pitch. This can kind of play into this, but let me walk through this. Service-based lead magnet is doing a service for someone that somebody would otherwise pay for. So, like, for instance, if you're an e-commerce email marketer, it's something like, I'll make a welcome flow for your brand completely for free. Or if you're a content marketer, I'll script and edit one free YouTube video for you. That's a service-based lead magnet, right? Now, what the purpose of this is to get the person and display your competence to them. Like, yes, if you're serious about making content, like, get on the camera, film a video that I script out for you, and I'll edit for you, and then post it. Right? 'Cause now it's starting they understand how this works now. It's kind of like a free trial of the service in a way, right? But only do this to qualified prospects, and they have to get on the phone with you before they get this. Like, you have to make sure that is the case, so you don't get screwed by a bunch of people just wanting free shit. Regular lead magnets or case studies. Lead magnet is like, you just give somebody something useful for free. It could be like a swipe file stuff. A case study is asking if they want to see the case study. How we help the business, very similar to yours, get this quantifiable result. Like, do you want to see the case study? Next is low commitment offers. So, like, let's say you have like an email marketing service that's $3,000 per month. But instead as like a low commitment offer, you just sell them like $500 to build their welcome flow or some shit like that, right? And then that functions the same as service-based lead magnets. Next is direct pitch. Just a direct pitch on your offer. Like, don't beat around the fucking bush. Like, hey, I can help you. Like, I'll guarantee I can make you $30,000 in additional revenue in the next 60 days, or you get a full refund. Like, just direct pitch the shit. Don't try to be doing cute stuff or like long drawn out cold emails. Like, your cold email should be like a maximum of 3 sentences. Actually, short is 99.999% of the time better. And be direct. Like, be extremely clear in what you're trying to do. Like, don't beat around the bush or try to hide what you're doing. Like, it's a pitch. Everyone knows it's a pitch. Just fucking pitch, right? Cold DMs. Manually find 10 to 20 prospects per day on Instagram and LinkedIn, and follow the same strategy as cold email, doing either of the 4 methods, right? If you want to know more about this stuff, watch until the end of the video, like how you can like set this up and whatnot. So you're going to be doing cold emails and cold DMs until you're at about $20,000 to $30,000 per month. And you'll actually never stop doing it. I'm just saying, like, this is the primary focus until you're at about $20,000, $30,000 per month. So, like, first, you worked for free or performance-based, and you got a bunch of case studies. It took me about 3 months to do that, 3 months of free work. And then now you have the case studies. You put them on your website. And then you make an offer with a quantifiable return and a guarantee. And then you start signing clients. by sending a shit ton of cold emails and cold DMs. You're doing that until you're about $20,000 to $30,000 per month, right? So next is asset production. So here's a checklist of everything you need that needs to exist for particularly cold DMs and cold emails to work. You need a video sales letter on your website. A video sales letter is just a video explainer of what you do and your offer. Next is a value-driven, useful video of yourself posted on YouTube and SEO optimized, like multiple of these. The best way to do this is to just do like tech tutorials. Like if you're like an email marketer for e-commerce brands and you use Klaviyo, just make a Klaviyo tutorial on YouTube. Go make your own dummy Shopify account and make a full tutorial of how to use Klaviyo. Like just do that and then put a call to action and SEO optimize it around Klaviyo and email marketing and Shopify. That's it. That's all you need to do. Just put those things in the title and the description and the tags. That's it. No editing. Just make it on Loom. Screen share yourself. Easy. LinkedIn, Twitter X profile with a minimum of 5 posts per week. I tweet like 10 times a day. Put 1 LinkedIn post a day. Right now I'm doing that at least. And then case studies. You have case studies. Like Client Ascension, for instance, has a shit ton of case studies. There's like 75 case studies across mine and Andre's channel, right? So all of this needs to be produced at the same time as you're doing cold outreach because they increase the effectiveness of cold outreach and make your life way easier. It's really annoying to send 10,000 cold emails and not sign a single client. If that's happening to you, it's because you don't have all 4 components listed above. You need all of this. You need it as quickly as possible because for every one of these reduced, it makes your cold email campaigns harder. It's not even just cold, it makes everything harder. For every one of these you add, it's easier to sign your next client. And for every additional, you can have an infinite amount of case studies. It makes every additional client easier to sign, right? You need just the absolute maximum amount of this. Now, I need to address something specific in that there's going to be a category view who you're going to say, for whatever the fuck reason, I don't want to put my face on video. So I need to give you a quick pep talk here. You need to grow up, right? If the perceived terror of simply putting your face on the internet is enough to sway you for making a life-changing amount of money, you aren't cut out for this anyway. This is one of the most frustrating comments to deal with when trying to help somebody. If you don't just get on the video, you're going to fail. Full stop. You're done. That's just how the market is today. That's how the market works. If you're not on video, there is zero way to win. It's complete full stop fucking zero. You're done. It's not going to work. Right? This is simply how the economy works. People buy from people, not faceless businesses. Faceless businesses don't make any money. The entire premise of trying to pick like a faceless business is like a startup Y Combinator funded SaaS company type shit. If you're just trying to make a service business and go make like $20,000, $30,000 per month and like cash flow and make fucking profit, like cash flow profit, making a faceless business is the fucking worst advice that you could possibly get. Stop following startup advice from like the Y Combinator fuckers and the fund and the VC people. Don't do that when you're small like this and trying to make a cash flow business. They don't give advice for cash flow businesses. They give advice for people just got funded $10 million. You're not funded $10 million. You're trying to go live in a nice apartment or buy a nice house and drive a nice car and get married and like be able to do cool stuff and go out to nice dinners and go on vacations without feeling like you're fucking broke all the time and want to kill yourself. That's what you're trying to do. So if that's what you want, listen to what I'm saying. Stop following the startup advice. It's fucking wrong, right? So like let me give you an example of this. This is a video I made a while ago. It's called Twitter Masterclass, step-by-step how to grow followers and make money on Twitter. I posted it like 2 years ago. It has 41,900 views. It's getting about 60 views per day. And more importantly, it signed us a shit ton of clients. Like this was posted when I had 1,000 subscribers. I have close to 20,000 when I'm filming this content right now. But this video that I posted 2 years ago still gets me leads and calls booked and clients. 2 years. I just optimized it around like how to get followers on Twitter. That's fucking it. Like it's so simple. Like and now imagine you have 100 of these. It's just fucking disgusting how stupidly effective this works. Like it's really just so irresponsible for you to not do this. It's the cheat code. It's so simple. And this is a Loom video. There's like no editing on this video. I just filmed it on Loom on a Google Doc. Like this. If you're in B2B and you make videos on B2B topics, it's completely possible for you to sign a new client for every 300 to 1,000 views. Because that's totally a feasible situation, right? So I want to talk about case studies real quick. Very common question around case studies is how do I make a case study? So the best kind of case study is just a quick interview with a client that specifically does two things. You need to reveal who they are and show they're a real person, right? Because most people, like your default in internet scammer until proven otherwise. So you have to show who they are, that they're a real person, what their business is. And then it specifically states the result you got them. And if it's revenue, say the revenue. You need to say the numbers. You need numbers, right? And that's all you need to do. It can literally be, it can be 3 minutes or 30 minutes. It literally doesn't matter. I have like 75 of these. You can go on my channel in the case studies thing, or you can go look up Andre Heichel Jr., who's one of my partners. You can go to his thing, look up student spotlight interviews for Client Essentials. You can watch all of them. That's how you do them correctly, right? There's nothing more important in your business than the constant and perpetual production of new case studies. Throughout your entire life, your income will always be proportional to how many case studies you have. Always, right? So like, I have a bunch of them right here. Chandler, $3.5 million a year. $32K a month in 5 months in client extension, $45K a month cold email lead gen in client extension, $2 to $23K a month in 90 days. Amen. His says $44K a month, but he actually is now at $93,000 per month. Like I have so many of these, and this is on Andre's channel. Like there's so you need to be making these. It's the most important thing you can do in your business, right? So next step, hiring and systems. Your company is going to consist of 3 departments, right? Marketing and lead generation, sales, and then fulfillment, right? So this is also the exact order by which people end up becoming a client. So first they are generated via a lead, then they are converted via a sales call, and then you have to fulfill the stuff that you just sold them, right? That's like the logical flow with which occurs of you actually producing revenue. So you should hire backwards. Like you should hire for client fulfillment first, then hire for sales, then hire for marketing and lead generation. Now, I need to do a quick caveat here about the biggest illusion of all time, right? Some people will just go, they'll be a complete beginner, and they'll go, I'll just outsource the client fulfillment and sales and lead generation and make money. So the problem with this is that it never works fucking ever at all. It never has and it never will. Like that doesn't work. You just don't know what you're doing. Like this is just being purely honest here. I've never met a beginner who was able to pull this off. This does not exist in reality. There's no situation where you can just hire people to do all this when you have no idea how it works yourself. You can't train someone to do it if you don't know how to do it. And you can't afford an expert. Like you can't just go, like someone says, oh, I'll charge you $500 per month to fulfill your client's ads. And it's like, bro, anyone who's good at ads doesn't charge $500 per month. They don't. Not even remotely close. Like not even like near in the fucking universe of $500. Like that's not a thing, right? You gotta know how to do everything. So like the CEO of Zapier, like a multi-billion-dollar company, will get on customer service calls once per month. Jeff Bezos, when he was the CEO of Amazon, he was getting on customer service calls per month. He was fucking doing it himself. He would sit here and sometimes package the boxes. Just like he would do that. Like Elon sleeping in the fucking factory and shit. Like you need to know how to do everything, bro. You cannot hire people until you have money. And then the only way to get money is to be capable of doing everything. So you need to know how to do everything so that you make money so that you can hire people. You see what I mean by this? Right? Until you're able to afford to hire, simply make systems. So like you just automate what can be automated with Zapier, and then you just use project management tools like Trello. Like just make like an assembly line of shit that has to occur for every client. Like that's it. That's all you do. You just make like tasks that you have to do every day. Just assign tasks to yourself. Like this has to happen, then this has to happen, then this happens. It's very simple. Just think about everything in a logical, linear fashion. So and you might be asking, when should you start hiring for fulfillment? So you start hiring for fulfillment when all three of these exist simultaneously, right? So you are at 10 to 20K a month. You are at an 8 to 10 level of busy, and you know how to do the client fulfillment. Like you know how to get the results, right? So now what happens is when you hire someone, your 8 out of 10 goes to 10 out of 10 as you're training them. And then only after like a month and a half or 2 months does the 10 out of 10 go down to like 6 out of 10. You see what I mean? So you have to like initially get busier and then you get less busy. So the first hire you make should be completing repetitive tasks that don't require a large degree of expertise. You're more so getting a VA that can be hired for like $6 to $9 per hour in the Philippines or Lebanon or Eastern Europe or Africa or South America using Upwork or onlinejobs.ph or some shit like that, right? The purpose of this is to quite literally buy time back. Like you're using capital to purchase time back. You are using your money to buy time, of which this is very important. That time you just purchased must be reallocated back towards lead generation and sales in order to be able to afford even more experienced talent who can eventually entirely run client fulfillment for you. You don't just hire people, get some of your time back, and then not use the time. Like you those 2 to 3 points of busyness you just bought back, you just reallocate it towards marketing and lead gen and sales. So you get more clients. You see what I mean? So you make more money. So you can hire better people. You see how this works? Like it's a constant oscillation of like hiring people to anticipate new demand, and then like once you have the time back, using it to get the demand, and then like now you're back. It's just fucking springing back and forth, left, right, left, like incrementally going up. That's how it works. Very interesting. So once you are roughly 80% removed from client fulfillment, so basically you do not do a single repetitive task at all ever, you only do high-level strategy. This is when you should start looking for commission-based sales closers. So commission-based closers will close your deals for you for no salary and just get a 10 to 15% commission. So roughly around 30 to 50K a month is when you might get your first closer. And I'm of the firm belief you really shouldn't be outsourcing much of your lead generation or marketing until about 100K a month. This isn't a set in stone rule though. Like don't go hire for like someone to just do this shit. Just get the leads yourself. Like make content, send outreach. Just do the shit yourself. It's so much easier to just learn it yourself. So next step, funnels and traffic. At this point, you might be like 8 to 18 months into your journey, and you're ranging anywhere between like 50 to 80K a month. So, and you're making good profit now. Like you quit your fucking job. Like you don't work a job anymore. Like this is your job. This is full time. You're fairly removed from client fulfillment. You only do high level strategy. Your closer or closers are consistently capable of closing new deals for you. You're regularly getting great client results and posting new case studies. Your profit margins are hanging between 60 to 80%. You have 100K liquid cash in your bank account at least. Your constraint appears to be that you just need to pump the closers' calendars with more calls, right? It's time to start buying traffic. So like up to this point, you've been sending cold emails, cold DMs, getting some referrals, getting people off your content. Now you need to fucking buy it. You need to use money to purchase traffic, right? So there's only 3 ways to sign clients. There's cold outreach, content, and ads. So up to this point, you've done this. You've been doing this, and now you need to start doing this, right? And the reason why is because you have money, so you can do something that requires money now, right? So the main constraint at this point is not money, but time, and therefore you must deploy the money now, as there is no more time to deploy. You have money, you have a resource now, it needs to be expended. So there's 2 types of funnels that you're going to try. So the first is it's a very simple VSL book a call funnel. So it's a simple opt-in page where you get their name, email, and phone number. And then there's a video after the opt-in with a direct offer. So like a claim, guarantee, case studies. Like this can be like a 5-minute to 10-minute video that just goes through that. And that's it. For the people who don't book a call, you're going to send them email follow-ups, start and have an email list. You're you're gonna call and text the follow-ups. You're gonna aim for about a $200 cost per qualified call, and then you're gonna call out the ideal customer directly in your ads. Don't try to be cute. Just call them out directly and state what your offer is. Like if you're trying to work with e-commerce brands and make $50,000, say that in the ad. The ad would literally say, like, if you're an e-commerce brand making at least $50,000 per month and you would like to get to $100,000 to $500,000 per month, then I have an offer for you. Like, that's what you would say. Like, don't be cute. Just be hyper direct. So next one you would try is the self-liquidating funnel. Make this work first. If you can't make this work, this is going to be profoundly more difficult to make work. This is like a hyper scale thing. You really don't have to start doing this self-liquidating funnel. I mean, you can, but it's like it's real. It's considerably more complex than this one. So you're gonna have like a low ticket product that's between $7 to $100, a couple order bumps and an upsell page to increase the average order value. You're gonna try to self-liquidate, which means you're gonna get a 1x return on ad spend. The reason why is because you're buying customers who you can reach out to talk to and qualify for your high ticket service. The reason why this is important is because the quality of person who spends money on something to do with your industry is considerably more valuable than someone who just opts in for free. It's a completely different person, right? Make the product you're selling actually applicable to the ideal customer profile. Don't sell a how to make $10,000 per month as a video editor if your end goal is to get people to buy your editing services. That doesn't make any sense. You're selling a biz op, but you're trying to sell people editing services. It doesn't make any sense. You see what I mean by this? Right? So people buying this product will just copy your business then. It only hurts you because you make your own competition, right? So good stats for this, it's like $100 average order value, $100 CPA, means cost per acquisition, about 50 to 80% call booking rate of those that purchase, right? So next broad overview, so we're gonna go over this again, right? So step one, acquire a skill. Actually get good at something, right? Watch 100 hours of YouTube videos, buy 10 books, buy a couple courses, actually finish the courses, like do the work. Get minimally viably competent at a skill. Next, do free or performance work. This is to get your first couple case studies, right? They're only going to sign with you if you do it for free or performance, and you just need to do this, get your case studies, right? And then once you have cases, you're going to create a direct offer. You're going to use high volume cold email plus cold DMs to get that offer in front of people. Then you're going to do asset production, make the case studies, the videos, sales assets, right? Then you're gonna start hiring people and building systems. Then you're gonna start paid ads, right? So now, if you're in step 1 to 2, you should join Internet Money, which will show you what skills to learn and actually show you like how to fulfill for clients. It's basically a group to help you make your first $1,000 online. It's internetmoneygroup.com. The link is in the description. That's for if you're on these two. Like you haven't acquired a skill yet, and you've never even worked for a client at all. Now, if you're in steps 3 to 7, you should join Client Ascension because we contractually guarantee you sign between 5 to 25 of your next high-paying clients. There's a video explainer of how Client Ascension works at a link in the description. Just watch that real quick. I'm not going to put it behind an opt-in. Just click it and watch the video, right? So Client Ascension is about creating offers, helping you build high-volume cold email plus cold DM stuff, asset production, making inbound funnels, content marketing funnels, right? There's a whole bunch of shit. Just watch that video. And also, if you like this video, please leave a comment. Please subscribe. Definitely subscribe. Let me know what else you want to see in the comments. I'll make it the video. And that's it for me today. I love you. Goodbye.